Hi everyone, Angela here. Print out the pattern at 100% letter size and check with the 1-inch square. The link for this is down in the description below. Cut out both pieces and if you'd like, the optional loop as well. Join the two pieces together, then carefully cut out the notch at the center top and the two on the right side. For the fabric on both sides, I'm using 100% quilting cotton. I square up the bottom first and I make sure not to use any of the selvage. Cut out one in each fabric and the tiny notch at the center top. From one of the fabrics, cut out the piece for the optional loop, or you can just use some cotton tape. For the padding inside, I'm using a fusible fleece. This one's called Velisaline H640 and it has the glue dots on one side. Just cut one pattern piece out of this fleece. With the glue side up, place the wrong side of the fabric on top, matching all the edges. Starting at the center, press together, holding your iron down at each spot for about 15 seconds. On the wrong side of the other piece, mark the two notches on the side. If you're adding the loop, have your fabric wrong side up, fold in half lengthwise and press. Open up, fold the outer edges to the center, leaving a small gap in the middle. Press, fold in half again, matching the folds, and press again. I'm using the Juki TL-2010Q sewing machine. The link for this and the tools I use are down in the description below. If you're in Australia or New Zealand, click the link for Echidna Sewing and Juki Junkies for North America. To edge stitch on both sides of the loop, have the folded edge in line with the inside of the foot. There's no need to back tack, just stitch down each side. At the top of the padded piece, fold the loop in half and place the ends along that center notch. Lower your needle down the middle of the loop, then sew a few stitches close to the edge to hold in place. Put the pieces right sides together, matching all the edges, and clip around the sides and top. We'll be stitching from the bottom edge around the top to the bottom edge again, leaving an opening between the two marks. Using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, stitch all around, back tacking at the start and finish, and also at each end of the opening. When you get close to the corner, stop 1/4 inch from the edge. With the needle down, lift your presser foot and pivot. If you're finding this video helpful, make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and leave a comment below. As always, I'd love to know where in the world you're watching from. When you get to the first mark on the side, pivot 90 degrees and back tack a couple of stitches within the seam. Skip over to the second mark, starting at the seam, stitch and back tack, pivot at a 1/4 inch, stitch down to the bottom, and back tack to finish. Trim the two corners on an angle, being careful not to cut the stitching. Turn right side out, push out the corners with your fingers, and pull on each side of the seam as you go. Use a knitting needle or a point turner to carefully push out all the corners. Adjust the seam so that it's right in the center and press around. Push in the sides and fold the seams at the opening so that it's nice and straight along the side. Then give it a press. This should measure just slightly less than 11¼ inches across. At the bottom, measure across 3 3/4 inches and pin the top layer to mark it. From there, fold over evenly and crease the side. Lift and fold the other side under, matching the bottom edges. It should be 3 equal sections with the outer edges matching the folds at the side. Make sure to adjust your fabric so that it's really even and check that it measures the same all the way up. Carefully open up the right side again, clip the bottom edge, remove the pin, and use it to pin the corner at the top in the center. We'll edge stitch from this corner and across the bottom. Lower the needle down close to the edge and hold on to the thread to keep the stitching neat on the other side. Start by back tacking well at this corner and continue stitching around to the bottom. The next step is to sandwich the stitch sections of the bottom between this open section nice and tight. To do this, go in through the opening, hold on to that corner, and pull the fabric over so that the right sides are together. Turn over to the side without the fleece, then push the folded edge into that side seam. Match the bottom edges and clip to hold in place. At the side, fold both seams over tightly around the edge, then sew across the bottom with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, back tacking at the start and finish. Carefully trim both corners without cutting the stitching. Turn the bottom right side out and pull at the bottom seam. Flip over the section with the opening and then use a knitting needle to carefully poke out that corner. This method gives you a really clean finish on the inside. Adjust the bottom seam so that it's right in the center, crease along this edge, and flip over. Carefully match all the edges evenly together and clip in place. Hold on to your thread and carefully edge stitch through all the layers, back tacking well at the top. When you get to the bottom, stop 1/8 of an inch from the edge and back tack to finish. To use the case, have the top of your glasses go in on the longer side of the fabric on both sides. This way they'll nestle nicely together inside. Now this case won't fit big curvy sunglasses, but it will fit regular ones. It's really convenient not having to carry 2 cases around. I hope you give this simple project a try. Thanks again for watching. Take care and happy sewing.